Hello everybody, how's it going? Hope you are doing well. Welcome to Alice in Plantyland, or welcome back if you are a returning subscriber. Much love. Today I just wanted to walk through my plant collection with you and just give you some updates on what's been going on this past month. We've got a lot of updates to go over, so very excited. It's snowing today and it's freaking crazy. It's been, well, kind of rough these past couple of days with the weather, and not so much snowing and sticking. It was like kind of trying to snow but raining at the same time, not really cold enough, but then it would drop so it would freeze and yucky. But today it is completely snowing and windy and kind of blizzarding. Let me show you really quick. If you can see out there, I'll include some other footage for sure. But yeah, so just a cozy day today. Thought it would be a great day to show you all these updates. So without further ado, let's hop right into it, and thank you for being here. It's so cold and windy. Oh my gosh, look at that face. Let's see that face. Wow, it's really coming down right now. And that bird's warning us. He's like, go back inside. It's snowing right now. She freaking loves the snow though, so I had to take her out. She's got her jacket. And we live in an apartment, so have to go out regardless, no matter what the weather is. And my eyelashes. Wow. My face is super HD right now. Since we ended in the bedroom last time, I will start here. Just got a couple updates. I did totally change the soil on this Monstera Deliciosa. I made it super chunky. I got some chunky perlite and mini orchid bark, as well as the rest of my charcoal, some Fox Farm potting soil, and little perlite as well as big large orchid bark pieces and leca. So I hope it appreciates that. It is trying to, let's see here, still working on getting that next leaf out. I don't know if it'll focus. Yeah, anyways, there's that. I also turned it so that it can start to face the leaves all the same direction. That one is kind of faced that way. My asparagus brand, I moved it over here so it can get some more light. It does have some new fronds that's working on. moved my Raven ZZ over here as well. And I think it really does appreciate the light in like this spot. This is a north facing window, so it's not getting direct sun really at all, but it is getting some bright indirect light. I've got some bad news, and sorry, I need to vacuum. Yesterday was Lunar New Year, so I haven't vacuumed yet. Didn't want to clean all my good luck away. Anyways, here is my croton. It's got thrips right now. Really sad. Been considering just chopping it all back and regrowing it, but just got it isolated right now and trying to shower it and treat it naturally, but still has thrips. Still looks amazing though. So now we can move on into the main portion of the collection. Doji is relaxing right now. She is in heat, so she does have a diaper on. That's what that is. If anybody was wondering. I'll save the propagations for the end and start over here in this little corner. Let's see here. We do have an exciting update with this Alocasia Frydek. As you can see, it's working on a new leaf. That is really exciting because I think in the last video I was unsure if it was gonna grow for me or not. So that is super cool and looking forward to that. Probably in the next update you'll see what that looks like. This has gotten bigger as well, still growing. This moonshine. We've got a new leaf that unfurled on this micans, philodendron micans. Cutie. Oh yes, I potted up some propagations. Oops. So that's what that spider plant little propagation is. I'll be selling that to one of my friends and her partner. And I've potted up my umbrella top cutting, my umbrella tree top cutting. So I am very excited about that. It's been a while, long overdue. Let me move it out here. Oops. It's still getting rooted in to its new substrate. It does have some new growth. Let's check those roots. There's some roots right there. It's in a chunky mix. Put that back. Ooh. My philodendron Florida Ghost has a new leaf. Last video, I was working on pushing that out. It's super minty or green almost. That's because I think it's not getting really a lot of bright light, but it is starting to take its new mature shape, which I appreciate, so that's a good sign. I will be repotting this into a bigger pot soon as well, probably moving it into a spot with more light so that it can get ghostier. That is pretty much it for this corner. Everything else is staying a little stagnant and nothing further to update. Next we'll be moving on to my little plant wall right here. We do have some positive updates over here. I moved my Monstera Adansonii out here so we can get some more brighter indirect light under this south window. And I like the way it's starting to look. I was unsure how it was gonna grow out. I did have to cut a lot back, which made me sad, but it's starting to look more full. And I've got some other propagations that I'm trying to root that I'll add back into the pot once they are rooted to make it even more full. Big update here. I had to totally repot and cut back this Scindapsus because it was starting to yellow a lot. Oh, it's really cold and drafty right here. So I've got 2 new pots, a 4-inch pot that is looking super cute, and a 5-inch, oops, that looks like it's about to fall. And I do have more cuttings that I'll be adding back as well. So we'll see how that continues to grow. My golden pothos is definitely due for a repot. I definitely have more cuttings that I need to add that are well rooted. So stay tuned for that as well. Nothing much to update on my cacti, other than I added some more cactus soil and took all the rocks off of this cacti bundle. My Scindapsus exotica looks amazing as usual, one of my favorites. It is currently pushing out a bunch of new growth. It's starting to trail more too, so that's really exciting. And my Snow Queen pothos is doing well and looking amazing. Sweet Angel, she's super tired since she is in heat, so she's just been resting, and we went down to visit some family last weekend, and so she's super tired from that as well. Had a blast. Nothing much to update on the Save Blue. It's still currently loving life and growing healthily. I, in the last update video, had repotted it and cut back some of its growth, or some of its leggy growth, and it's rerooting. They are well rooted, so they'll be probably getting thrown back into this pot soon. I love the bushy look. I might even try climbing them. We'll see. I do have my neon pothos down here. That's looking great as well, putting out some new growth, as you can see right there. And also right there. Some other spots down here. Loving life. I did have like a bug problem, but nothing has changed. And it's just this leaf that looks still damaged, so I haven't done anything with it. But nothing has gotten worse, which is good. There we go. Aloe vera is still looking amazing. And that's about it for that wall. I have moved my string of turtles right here. And it's got a lot of growth as well. Sorry, my windowsill is filthy and old. Don't judge. Philodendron, red emerald, gorgeous, gorgeous plant. Working on a new leaf soon. Hopefully it's bigger than the last one. It's gotten really dark. My pink princess has a new leaf, which is super awesome, and it's got a nice sectorial pink variegation right there. Lovely. And it's a lot bigger than its last leaf, which is a good sign. Lovely philodendron, one of my favorite philodendrons. It's taken a while to get going, but now I'm really happy with it. Nothing too much to update on the succulents. Recently watered them and they are still growing. Really happy about that. They look good. I've got some growth updates on this philodendron painted lady. I have recently also repotted it into a chunky mix. So hopefully it likes that, but it's got some new, why is the focus so bad? It's got some new growth down here. And it is starting to grow. Oh my gosh. So hard with one hand. Put out a new leaf right there as well. But I'm really happy with the chunky mix that I made last time. It's actually chunky. Still working on, Dark Lord is still working on that new growth point. Sorry, my camera is taking so long to focus. I think I updated y'all in the last video, but yeah. This is the new growth from my Pilea peperomoides. And I'm impressed that it's got so many pups growing off of this little branch or stump. Zoom in on that. Yeah, it's so cute. So that will be awesome for future updates. Next update is really exciting. Hold on. So I got this Thai constellation a while back because my other Thai constellation got thrips and just totally also root rot and was not doing well at all. So I bought this guy on a really good deal and it's pushing out new growth. I am really happy and excited about that. That is probably the best update by far in my collection right now. So super stoked on that. Hopefully it's got fenestrations, lovely variegation. We'll see how it turns out, but super excited. I recently repotted this alocasia longiloba as well because it was in some really old soil and it does seem to be taking well. It looks like it might be yellowing on the edges a little bit. I don't know if you can tell, but it's in a chunky mix with a leca reservoir. There we go. Yeah, there's that. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully well. Hasn't grown or pushed out a new leaf in a while. We've got this section of plants right here, mainly some Hoya, Syngonium. I got a philodendron and my peace lily. Peace lily's looking good. Always putting out some new growth. Right there. Right there. Lovely plants. This philodendron, I want to say it's a burl marks. Or juvenile burl marks philodendron. Still looking good. Hoya adrift, putting out more leaves, taller vines, lovely. Hoya Lisa australis, still looking great, nothing much to update. It's got some new leaves right there, super pink. And this Hoya, I want to say it's the verticulata splash. These are the newest leaves right there. Some crazy glare on that one. Definitely more splashy than its previous growth, so that's exciting. And it's kind of just like not really on this trellis, but kind of on the trellis. I don't know what I want to do with it yet. My syngonium white butterfly is growing again. Yay! This is its newest leaf. Without damaging it too much. Let's see, it's got that whiteness, more creaminess than the last leaves. That's exciting. Super fresh still. And this is the previous leaf right there. Yeah, you get the point. Gorgeous plant. That's about it. We'll move on to this little section now. My alocasia and string of hearts. So we do have a couple of updates. I did chop back the string of hearts. I like to periodically trim it so that I can keep getting bushier from the top. And I have, I rooted or propagated some other of the cuttings. I can't talk. So I propagated some of the cuttings right here and right there, and they are starting to take, and that's really cool. So it'll get bushier. Still have all my alocasia and leca, but they're still doing okay. New growth right here on this Maharani. And that's what that leaf is looking like. We got this leaf right here, and this one is got some fungal or fertilizer burn, but still lovely. My Polly is pushing out a new leaf. That's really exciting, and it looks quite large. Does have edema and some fungal or fertilizer burn as well. Figuring that out, but at least it's pushing out a new leaf. This platinum bismuth also working on its new leaf. Looks like it might be a little stuck. Let's see if I can help it out. There we go. Lovely. Moving it around. Friedic, variegated. Still working on a new leaf. But no negative updates, so that's good. Scalprum only has one leaf still. Nothing much to update on that. This is the newest leaf on this platinum bismuth. You can see it's gorgeous, lovely, and it's also pushing out another leaf as well. Big update on my alocasia cuprea. Chop that in half. It is rooting in there, so that's exciting. There's lizards. But nothing from the stump yet. I did repot it into some new soil. So we'll see how that continues to grow, if it does grow at all for me. Hopefully. Yeah, that's about it for the allocation. Got this dragon tree here. It's rooting super quickly. So I'll have to pot that up soon. I moved these over here. These are the plants that I'll be selling come springtime. They're not looking too good because they took a bad fall. That's why I did repot them. And I also potted this propagation up. It's a Dark Lord propagation, and it's got this, excuse me, super cute leaf that it pushed out. Zoom in on it. Cutie. Here is my silver sword. Pushed out a new leaf, and it looks healthy. No damage on it. It's just not too big. But we'll see how it expands in these next couple of days. Still hardening off. I should probably stop touching it so much, but I just can't resist it. It keeps curling, and I want it to stay like that. There we go. Let's see. Show you a quick update on how it's looking outside. That is snowy. And here I potted up my Syngonium aurea propagation, and it's just settling in, rooting. Nothing crazy yet has happened. Potted it into a 4-inch pot. Exciting updates on my Hoya obovata. It currently has, so I saw this hack on TikTok from this other planter, from this other Planty person. If you cut back the dead ends, basically, that aren't gonna grow anymore, the tendrils that are just kind of stick-like, if you cut those back and just like snip them, you'll activate a whole bunch of new growth, which I did. So you can see there is a new growth point. There. This leaf is pretty wonky. This is a new leaf though, and it's got some great silver speckles on there, and it's huge. It looks great. So really happy about my Hoya obovata right now. Looks great. Moved my we'll move on to this area, by the way. My 4 inches. My money tree. Wow, I feel like it's just getting bigger and bigger. Still putting out a bunch of new growth. Here's some new growth right here. Huge. Right there, some new growth. This is some new growth right here. All down here we got new growth. It looks amazing. Sorry. And we'll move on to these plants down here. This is my peacock peperomia. It was in a 2-inch pot, now it's in a 4-inch pot. And I think it's doing well. As good as it can. It's always kind of dying at the same time, so that's interesting. Here is my red Anderson with its new leaf. I don't think this was opened in the last video. Let's see if I can. The camera doesn't know justice on the pink on this plant. It looks too light with this camera. You kind of get a feel for it like that. But yeah, this is the newest leaf. And it's got a new leaf currently on the way as well. My white princess and its new leaf right here. Lovely. It's like half dark green and half minty green with a nice little white section. And the shape is gorgeous. It's upsizing. So happy about it. Good updates on my syngonium. Nope, that's my syngonium elbow. Actually not so good updates because it stopped growing, so I took, okay, let me just update you really quickly on all my syngonium elbows. Got this one here. Kind of a sad story. So we do have a lot of cuttings, but they were just not growing for me. So I did chop everything up and starting over. My luck with syngoniums hasn't been the best. Like, I don't know what has happened, but when I first got into the plant game, they were growing amazingly for me and they were my top favorite genus. Now I've been kind of struggling on the struggle bus, but still have some healthy leaves and some are starting to root, which is exciting, and we'll see if they continue to grow for me. I love this syngonium though. The variegation on each leaf is so beautiful and different, and you never know what you're gonna get, which is super fun. So hopefully this continues to grow. Positive update on this philodendron red emerald little baby plant that I've been growing since a little tiny stick cutting, and this is how much it's grown for me. I recently potted it into a 4-inch pot. You can see there's a root right there. It was in a 2-inch for a while, and I think it's really appreciating its new upsize, so that is really exciting. Also, really great updates on this begonia snowcap. Rescued this from the plant store for like $10 and repotted it. It's been staying moist and wet, so the leaves are looking nice and the ends aren't super crispy or anything, and it's pushing out a lot of growth, so happy about that. My begonia maculata looks okay and is still growing for me as well. It just is hard to get it to upsize and doesn't always look the best for me, but I still love it, still trying hard. Here are some pothos cuttings, wet stick cuttings that are starting to take. See that right there. We've got a new vine starting to come out. I think there's one in this one, but it's on the underside. And my philodendron Brazil looks so cute. It's got some new growth right here. Oops, let's see if I can show you down here. And right here as well. So it's doing well in its new soil and new pot. As well as this green pothos. Loving life. does need some soil or some water. It's super light and looks like it's losing a leaf. But look at all those roots down here. Honestly, I need to pot it into a bigger pot, I think, already. Pretty soon. This is the fastest I've ever seen a plant root before. Alrighty. And, oh yeah, show you this Hoya right here. Holy cow. It's so windy outside. I don't know if you can hear the wind. It's kind of scary. But these new leaves here have just grown so quickly. I don't know if you remember from the last video, but they were barely baby leaves coming out, and this is how much they've grown since then. So I do think it loves this spot. It is facing a east facing window, and got some extra growth support right here, grow light support. So that's really cool. This plant up here is doing well still. We'll definitely need a bigger pot come this summer or spring. I believe it's the rickrack cactus. My Ripsalis coral cactus, looking cute as always. Sad update on my curly spider plant, as well as this spider plant, but I think this was already chopped back in the last video. So it's actually growing, but the new growth had thrips still. So I repotted it into some new soil and just gave it a good rinse off, made sure there was no thrips continuing on this plant. And this plant was so close to that plant, so I think it caught the thrips as well. And I repotted it into some new soil, gave it a good rinse, cut it back, and hoping for the best. I've been liking the exposed root look for the spider plants. I'll show you what I mean. This is the same spider plant that had issues with thrips last fall, so I cut it back completely as well, repotted it, and this is how big it's gotten since then. And it's ginormous, it's gorgeous, loves its life. But this is the exposed, like, root look. And I think it's just so cool. Yep, there's that. Amazing. Last but not least, for my potted plants, I have this umbrella tree. And it is continuing to grow. I recently repotted it as well. And it's looking healthy. Look at all of those roots. It's well rooted in there. Definitely will need to get potted up soon so it can keep continuing to grow, but this is the new growth right here, and that's really dope and exciting. So I'm just super happy with all of my plants right now and the growth that they have been putting out for me still, even though it's been super cold and wet and snowy. I even was gone for 2 days, but they are super strong plants and they continue to thrive. So now I will move on to all of my propagations. I have a lot of propagations. I'm realizing all of these as well as these right here. And then I've got some corn propagations down here. I recently put these into this plastic bag just to give them some extra humidity so I can get some more leaves on them. I want to pop them up in the springtime, hopefully. That's the goal. Some alocasias, you can see, look, they're just loving that extra humidity. The leaves are getting nice and big in there. It's kind of hard to tell, but I don't really want to open it. Here is another small alocasia A bunch of corms that are starting to take as well. I'm not sure which ones they are. That's exciting though. My Friedic. Ooh, it looks like those are starting to take. See root right there. My Melanochrysum. Still small, but growing still. And this alocasia is rooting as well. So that's cool. Nothing to update on that. I'm giving up on that soon. All right, we are getting towards the end. Thank you so much for continuing to watch. If you have made it this far, I know there is a lot, but still got some cool updates, especially with this Philodendron gloriosum. It's got a new leaf that it's pushing out right here, so that's really cool. Of course, I'm just gonna keep saying really cool, really exciting, and just, this was on the struggle bus, so this is a really big accomplishment. And there's the new juicy roots. I'll be putting that into some soil soon, so it can continue to keep on growing. Everything else is doing really well and growing, rooting strong. I'm gonna be potting that Cebu Blue back into its mother pot, as well as these golden pothos cuttings, so it can get bushier. The neon cutting as well. Monstera, I have 2 Monstera Escovedo cuttings that I am having to start from the beginning again, so we'll see how that goes. They are rooting, putting out some new growth points, so that is exciting. Really quickly over here, I have my Palea Pepermoides top cutting that is rooting, so that is super fun and exciting. Or let me try and think of a different word. It's super, that is good news. Was not happy about its total flip-flop that it had. And this is one of the first plants that I've had in my collection, or that I adopted into my collection. I don't ever want it to die. It's an easy to propagate plant and it pushes out pups all the time. But this is the original mother plant right here. So love that it's rooting for me right now. Last but not least, here are the additional Monstera Adansonii cuttings that I plan on rooting and putting back into the mother pot to make it bushier. Some Scindapsus cuttings from my whole repot that I'll be putting back into the mother pot as well. Here is a Marble Queen bundle right here that are successfully rooting, so that's going to be its own plant. Keeping it separate this time. I had the Marble Queen, the Snow Queen, and the green pothos all in one plant, or one in pot last year, and I loved it. But I wanted to just try something different this time, and here is the green pothos that is looking lovely. And I will be adding this into the new bigger pot once I repot that pothos as well. Okay, that was a lot, but I am done, so thanks for watching. Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of the video. If you did make it to the end, I appreciate you, and thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay planting and growing always, and remember that spring is right around the corner, so get those seeds started.